Hello everyone. Last lecture I started vector calculus. So in vector calculus we are having two main topic, that is vector differentiation and vector integration. I started introducing the vector differentiation. In that one we have seen the scalar point function, vector point function. So scalar point function generally we will denote by phi, and it is like function of x, y and z, representing increment or the function in x, y and z plane. If you want any at any point, you can substitute the value of x, y and z. And another hand, we are having vector point function. Vector point function we are having with the direction and magnitude, as we are having the definition of vector. Vector always we are having with the magnitude and direction. So vector point function we will define as I, j and k. So that is, we can say, that is, it is showing the how the function in xy plane with the direction I, j or k, or we can say x, y and z dimension. Okay, now we are having in that main operator we are using to find out the vector differentiation. That operator we are saying it is del, defined as we are having dou by dou xi, dou by dou yj, dou by dou z and k. So here, as if we are writing in sigma, we are writing sum of, or we can say sigma dou by dou x of I. This operator we are having the characteristic as we can apply for the scalar and vector both. When we are applying for the scalar, it will convert into a vector, so that what it is showing is, if we are having differentiation, always differentiation will show us the change with any independent variable. So it will show how the function is changing in x direction, y direction and z direction. So this is a very important operator we are having for this module, that is vector differential operator del. Now I have taken a very small example to explain you further how it works. So we are having phi is equal to x plus y plus z, a scalar field, or we can say scalar point function. When we are applying a del operator for this scalar point function, we are applying the operator directly for the phi. So what will happen other side, the function which is given as x plus y plus z will distribute for all these three derivatives. So we are having dou by dou x of x plus y plus z, dou by dou y of x plus y plus z, dou by dou z of x plus y plus z. So what we require to do next is, we just require to find out the differentiation with respect to x, with respect to y and with respect to z. So when we will do the differentiation of x, y and z, x, y, z, since we are considering all three dimensions are independent, we can partially differentiate with respect to x, y and z. In that case, what will happen, we are x with respect to x will give us 1, other two dimensions we are having as 0, or we can say other two variable if we are differentiating with respect to x will give us zeros. Same way we are having dou by dou y of x plus y plus z will give us 1. Here also, if we will differentiate, x will be 0, y will be 0, z will give us 1. So when we are finding out the del operator for a scalar field we have taken as x plus y plus z, we are getting a resultant as x plus I plus j plus k. So conclusion is, when we are applying a differential operator, which is we are saying for the vector differential operator, we are applying for a scalar field, resultant will be a vector field. Okay, so it is if technically if we will say, what will happen if we are applying the differentiation always represent the slope for the function. So slope for the function when it is representing. So this operator, what it will do, when we are having phi value, it will give a direction in I, j and k. So the scalar field will convert into a vector field. Now another example I have taken for a vector field. So here we are having a vector which is defined as vector A equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Now for this vector, I have applied the delta, or we can say del operator. Del operator we are having as dou by dou xi, dou by dou yj, dou by dou zk. For that, when we are applying a vector field, so what will happen again, we will be getting two vector multiplication. So but two vector multiplication, how it is getting is, we are getting a dot product of this one. So dot product when we are applying, when we are saying dot product of two vectors, when we are applying, it is I and I will get a multiply, other than other combinations will be 0. So same way I and I, j and j, and k will get multiply. So when we are multiplying here, so here what we are getting is dou by dou z of x, which is the first with I, then dou by dou z of y, dou by dou z of z. Now when we are differentiating partially with respect to x, we are having partial differentiation of x will be 1, partial differentiation of y will be 1, partial differentiation of z will be 1. So here we are getting the sum of these value as 3. So conclusion is, when we are applying the operator del for a vector field, the resultant we are getting as a scalar 1. Scalar 1 means when we are having any function x, y, z, or we can say constant. So these are comes under the scalar functions when we are not having any I, j, k or any direction in that one. So there are two conclusions we are getting. If we are applying the del operator for a scalar 1, we are getting a vector, and if we are applying for a vector, we are getting a scalar quantity. Now next, in this operator we are having Laplacian operator. Laplacian operator, we are having del square, and del square will be the second order derivative, or you can say when we are multiplying this del operator with del, this is our del operator. Another time if we are applying, again I and I, j and j, and k get multiplied, and we will get del or dou square, dou by dou x square, dou square, dou y by dou square, then dou square, dou z by square. So in that way we are defining the Laplacian operator. Laplacian operator also we are having for the scalar and vector field both. Now when we are having this operator, we are defining three different functions, or we can say three different operator for the vector. That is, one is gradient, another one is divergent, and the curl. So this is a very important topic we are having. We can say from this point only our vector calculus will form proper questions. So here we are having the gradient, divergence, and curl. So gradient and divergence and curl operator will work to convert the function into scalar to vector, vector to scalar, vector to vector, and we are seeing next is the geometrical meaning of this and physical interpretation of gradient and divergence and curl. So first I'll start with the gradient of a scalar field. Gradient of a scalar field is nothing but when we are applying the del operator for a scalar function. So as we have seen in our first problem, when we are applying a del phi, means we are applying a del operator for the scalar function. So here also same thing when we are defining the gradient. So gradient is nothing but we are defining the del operator for a scalar function. So we have seen when we are applying the del operator for a scalar function, it will convert into the vector quantity. So this gradient of phi or the gradient of any scalar field will work as it will convert a scalar point function to a vector point function. So another way we can say, if we are having a scalar and if you want to convert into a vector, we can apply this del phi. So conclusion for this definition is del phi is a vector quantity. Now here also, to explain you people, I have taken one example. Here we have phi. So here we have x square y plus y square z plus z square x. This function is defined in x, y and z plane. Means we are having all direction some value for x, y and z. And let us find the grade phi, or we can say del phi. So in that sense, del phi we are and grade phi is same. So when we are applying that one, that is the operator for phi function, and phi function. That phi function can be replaced by any given function. So here the given function is x square y, y square z, z square x. So we have wherever we are having phi, for the operator we applied. So this is our first derivative for I. Second derivative we are having for j. Then here third derivative we are having for k. Now only we need to differentiate with respect to x, y and z. So when we are differentiating with respect to x, y, z, the differentiation with respect to x, because it is a partial differentiation, dou by dou x. So x square differentiation 2x, y as it is, y square z is constant for x, so we are getting 0. Here z square x differentiation will be, x differentiation will be 1, we are getting z square. So we are getting the first term as 2xy plus z square I. Same way when we'll go for the second term, that is dou by dou y, that is two differentiation of this. We are having y differentiation. So here y means we are getting only x term. So we are getting only x square here. Second one we are having, we are not having x here. Y square will get differentiated as 2y and z. Here no y term, 0. Same way when we will differentiate the third term with respect to z, first term will get 0. Here z will be 1, we are getting y square. Here z square will give us 2z, x and k. So we have taken a vector, or we can say scalar quantity, and changed by using gradient as a vector quantity. So here grade phi, or we can say del phi, define or getting in this vector form. Same way, next we are applying operator, we are saying that is the del operator only we are applying, but in the another field. So we are having the divergence of a vector field. So if we are having a vector and it is a continuous differentiable vector function, then divergence of A, or we can say divergence A for this defined vector, we have taken a random vector, that is vector A, A1i plus A2j plus A3k, where A1, A2, A3 are functions of x, y and z. So this A1, A2, A3 respectively, what it will represent, it is a function is in x, y and z directions. So here we are applying the divergence, that is the dot product of our vector, the del operator and the given vector. Again with dou by dou x, we are getting the first one A1, dou by dou y, A2, dou by dou z with A3. So when we are having any function with respect to x, we have to differentiate, with respect to y we need to differentiate, with respect to z we need to differentiate. Clearly what will happen, we are having divergence of A will be a scalar quantity. So we have already seen when we are applying the dot product of del and any vector, resultant will be a scalar quantity. So a small example here. So here we are having a vector A, x square y, z I, x y square z j, x y z square k. Find the divergence of A. So what we are doing is we are having del A, or we can say del of any vector. We are applying the product of these two vectors. So product of two vectors means we are applying the dot product of this two vectors. So we are, when we are applying, it is dou by dou x of x square y z, then dou by dou y of x y square z, dou by dou z of x y z square. Differentiate this first function with this x with respect to x. So x square will give us 2xy. Then same way we are having differentiate with respect to y. So x and y square will give us 2y. So we are getting 2xyz. Same way we are having with respect to z, dou by dou z of x, y, z square will give us 2xy and z. While adding all these three, we are getting 6xyz. So conclusion is divergence of a vector, we are getting z 6xyz. Again, a scalar quantity. Now if you if someone is saying you want to find out the divergence of A at a particular point, so you can find out by using some points, x is 1, y is 1, z is 1, or any other combination or any other point, you can just calculate the divergence. Now next we are operator we are applying as the curl of a vector field. Now when we are having the curl of a vector field, we are only restricted with our vectors only. So the curl work is it will convert a vector to a vector. Okay, so generally the curl word represent as twist. So when our direction, or we can say when if function is A, or if a vector is A, if it is moving or changing any direction as a curl, so we are saying it is rotating. So when it will rotate, how the vector is changing, because of that we are applying for the vector field. Now this curl defined as curl of A. So it is like we have cross product with the del and vector A. Here again vector A we are taking as A is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k, where A1, A2, A3 are function of x, y and z. Now how to find out this curl? So curl A, curl for any, we are getting curl for this vector. So what we have to do is we need to find out a cross product, and we know when we are applying the cross product we need to form a determinant. So determinant I, j and k. Second row will take from the first vector. So first vector is del. So our coefficients will be dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. Next last row, the third row from the second vector. So A will be giving us A1, A2 and A3. Now we need to solve this one and find out a curl of A. When we are finding out with respect to first row, dou by dou y into A3, then minus dou by dou z of A2. So this is, we are getting the first term. Second term j, so we are writing minus j, and dou by dou x A3 minus dou by dou z A1. So we are writing the second term. Last term we are getting k, leaving this row and this column, dou by dou x of A2 minus dou by dou y of a1. So we are getting the third term. Now suppose a1, a2 define or a3 define as any x, y, z function. What is required to do is you need required to do the partial differentiation with respect to y, z and x term by term. So here the conclusion is if we are applying a curl for a, what we are having is it is a vector quantity. Now this is I explain how to find out the gradient of a scalar point function, divergence of a vector point function, and curl of any vector point function. So this is how mathematically we are calculating the gradient, divergence and curl. Gradient, we are having directly the del phi, applying the scalar quantity, convert into a vector one. So we are getting a differentiation. Then we are having divergence defined for a vector field and apply as a vector dot product. So when we are applying dot product, it will giving us a scalar quantity. Now next very important one, that is curl for the vector field, and when we are applying the cross product with a vector, we have to use a determinant and then we need to find out the curl. Now since it is just a mathematically, I just wanted to explain what is the geometrical meaning of this gradient and divergence and curl. So this is, they are not going to ask you, but you should know what is gradient, because it is like in physics also we are using. So here we are suppose we are having a hill, and the surface of the hill we are considering x and y plane. So as we will go to the top of the hill, it is like we are moving to the in the z direction. So suppose if we are having this hill in the x and y plane, this will be like our z direction. So the gradient of a scalar, what it represents as, if we will take a point and if we will find out, or if we are having a function phi, so always function phi will be like x square, y square and z square, or we can say x plus y plus z. So it is like we are having the only function, we don't know which direction we need to go. So we can go in this direction also, we can go in this direction also. So what it will show is when we are taking the gradient of that, so gradient of that means we are taking a perpendicular one, means first of all the gradient will define as a differentiation, that differentiation will represent as a slope, and then the gradient if we are taking, so it will show us which direction we are going. Because of that only, when we are taking a gradient of a scalar field, it will convert into a vector always in the direction. So what we can say is, conclusion is, the gradient directs the maximum slope. So here we are having a plane, and if we are taking a gradient from this point, it will direct us to a maximum slope. So another word, what we can say is, when we are having the gradient of a scalar, or we can say a gradient of a function, will always be the normal for that function. So some author will write the gradient as a normal vector normal also. So here it is same, because it is geometrically when we will represent it, or physical meaning when we will find out of the gradient, it is like when we are having the dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z, which represent a slope, and the gradient will direct us to the maximum slope. So it will like perpendicular to that. So it is, we are having the gradient. So this is surface, and this dotted line will be our gradient. Now here we are having r I already explained in the last. R will be always as a position vector. So if I want a position for this p from the surface I have considered as a x and y plane. So what will be there, we can find out a position for this p by using this r. So r will be what, vector r, x I y j z k. If I'll find out, I want to find out the slope. So we are saying dr by dt, and here dr by dx by dt, dy by dt, dz by dt. So it will show us a slope, or we can say tangent, in that direction, x direction, y direction, and z direction, with respect to time, or with respect to a variable t. So here we are having a position vector. Position vector will show the any point position in the space, and this x by dx by dt, dy by dt, dz by dt will tell us the tangent, or we can say a slope. Now if I am taking the gradient and this tangent, it will be 0, because I explained here, when we are having the direct to the maximum flow, if it meets our normal and the tangent will get perpendicular, so it is giving us 0. So dr by dt is a vector tangential to the surface at p. It is only to explain you people. So always you remember, when we are having a gradient, this gradient will direct us to and the tangent, and when we'll multiply, it will be like perpendicular, so it is 0. So del phi is normal, is del phi is along the normal to the surface. So we are having the surface at this point, and it is, we are getting a normal at this tangential. Now divergence, what is a divergent? Divergent is how much a scalar, or we can say vector field, is divergent, or we can say convergence. Now if we are having, suppose here, if I'll calculate for this p to this direction, so it will stop at one direction. So here, how much this vector is moving, or how much increment we are having, so we are saying it is how much it is convergent. So when we are this finding out by this convergent by using this divergence, so we are having here vectors, and we are saying if we are applying the divergence of a vector field, means this vector is how much up or how much increment we are having from the scalar one. So it is giving a scalar quantity. So it is like convergence of a vector, it is showing. Now last we are having as a curl of a vector. So we are having curl of a vector means, I'll just explain. If suppose we are having vector in this direction, so all these vectors we are saying in this direction, but after some times, if we are seeing a water flow or any type of flow, it will flow in a smooth way, and after some time in one particular place, if we start turning or start rotating, so we are saying it is, we are getting a curl here. So because of that curl, we are finding out del and cross product with this vector. Now if it is not rotating, so we are saying it is irrotational. In that case, our the curl of A will become 0. Same way, if no divergence will be there, so the divergence of A will become 0. So just summarize it. We are having grade of phi, a vector field we will get. Divergence of A will get a scalar one. Curl of A will get a vector one. Now next we are just a recall of a unit vector. So unit vector is always define a vector, and as per the magnitude, its magnitude. So it is like we are having a cap that is equal to vector and divided by its magnitude. Now we are having here unit vector normal. So unit vector normal will be what? When we are saying vector normal is nothing but our gradient. I explained already in the geometrical meaning. So we are having the del phi, which is gradient one, that is equal to vector normal. So when we will find out a vector normal and its a unit vector, so we can call it unit vector normal. These problems are important. On this one we have to find out a unit vector normal. So it is like we need to find out a grade phi and its magnitude. So here I'll take the first kind of example. If in VTU they may ask, you need to find out the vector normal. So we'll start with a find a vector unit vector normal to the following surfaces indicate that point. So this unit vector find, because we know when we will find out this grade phi will give us vector 1. So at a particular point they have given, so it is like 2 minus 2 and 3. So it is x equal to 2, y equal to minus 2 and 3. Now what you require to do is to find out the unit vector normal. You have to first consider the function as phi, the given function x square y plus 2x z. The other side, this 4 we are not considering because this is a constant. So we are finding for a common function here. So first our work is, since the formula is n cap, we need to find out, and it is del phi by the magnitude of this del phi. So first we require to find out the del phi is a vector normal to the surface. We know that. So here we are having del phi, dou by dou x of phi, dou by dou y of phi, dou by dou z of phi with I, j and k. So we will take this phi, differentiate with respect to x. So what will the differentiation of x with respect to x? We are getting here 2xy. Differentiation of x square, 2xy plus 2zi. Then same way we are having x square, differentiation with respect to y. So only we are getting x square, here no y, so we are getting 0. Last term, dou by dou z of phi. So we are getting here no z, 0. Here we are getting z, so we are getting 2x and k. So this is how we are finding the vector normal or gradient. Now they have given a particular point we need to find out. So that particular point is 2, minus 2 and 3. x2, y minus 2 and 3. When we are substituting in our vector normal or grade phi, we are getting a vector as 2 minus I plus 2j plus 2k. So this is, we are saying we are getting the vector. For that only we need to find out unit vector. So unit vector we know very well, n cap we can represent, then del phi and magnitude. So we are taking this one. So here we are having 2 minus I plus 2j, 2k, and magnitude of this 2 will become 4. Here we are having minus 1 square 1, 2 square 4. Here 2 square will give us 4. So we are getting here n cap is equal to 2 minus I plus 2j plus 2k by 3. So this is how we are calculating the unit vector normal. Only you need to keep in mind what is vector normal. Vector normal is nothing but gradient of phi. So here one more example we are having. So here we are having a x square y minus 2z plus 2y square z equal to 10 at this point. Same way we have to find out first vector normal, grade phi, differentiate, and then at one point we need to find out. So here differentiate this vector. and we are differentiating, we are getting this I, J, and K. Then we have calculated at one point, given point, 2, 1 and minus 1. We are getting this vector, unit vector normal, n cap. This is del phi and magnitude of this del phi. Calculated part we are getting as 3i plus 4j minus 6k and square root of 61. Fine. That's all for today's class. You just repeat the problems and just understand how we are applying the gradient, divergence and curls. Thank you.